is Secretary, Faculty of Business Management and Commerce, Punjab University, Chandigarh. Dr. Ashwani Bhalla is Program Coordinator, MCOM Business Innovator, Nodal Officer, Nanak, and Secretary Finance, RUSA. Dr. Ashwani Bhalla has conducted many international and national conferences, and during the pandemic, COVID-19, he has conducted many webinars. These are a few of the achievements. So now may I request Dr. Ashwani Bhalla for his address to our new students.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for giving the nice introduction. First of all, I'm very thankful to Dr. Sahajpal ji and his whole team, various respective head of the departments of Guru Nanak Dev Engineering College, a pioneer technical institute in India, and particularly one of the oldest engineering college in the state of Punjab, which is giving its services to the young generations and preparing the budding engineers for the development of this nation. Dr. Sahajpal has rightly said that the aim of this institution is to have inclusive growth of the society. It means society is at the forefront. We are not producing engineers only as a technocrat and to serve the industry, but at the forefront, the main mission is to uplift the values among the society. And it is expected that every student who has passed out from this institution is expected to have certain kind of value additions. And that value addition doesn't mean that they have to add values only in the form of their academic career or getting the job, but the value addition in the form of upliftment of the society in various manners. So again, I am very thankful that they have given me this opportunity. And my dear students, today I will be talking about to you that how to unlock your futures while pursuing your technology and engineering career in the Guru Nanak Dev Engineering College. As Dr. Sahajpal has rightly said that this is not an age where only one discipline will be sufficient to cater the needs of a single individual. We are going to have, as per the new approach of National Education Policy 2020, which is going to be implemented and for which every institution, right from the lower level to the Department of Higher Education or Technical Education level at the state and the national level, we are gearing up. The multidisciplinary approach is going to be the key factor in building the institution, and same is expected from the students also. So it is not that you have to just gear up for the core skills which will be taught in your engineering course at various streams, but the focus will be on multidisciplinary approach where the soft skill will also be a key factor to teach you. So I will be sharing with you my presentation, and then will be making certain comments on how you have to gear up, what kind of skills are needed, how the engineering and technology field is changing and how it is impacting our society, and how we have to protect our planet also while preparing for this engineering course or for preparing for the technological course and while working in the job after pursuing this course. So let me share with you my presentation. Is this presentation is visible? Yes. Can you see this presentation?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay. So my presentation will be focusing on unlock your future with engineering and technology. So certain key decision you have to take right now if you want to pursue your engineering course while fulfilling all the approaches and all the expectations of your institutions and parents, as well as the expectations of our whole society. First, you must stick to your agenda. It has been observed in many students that when they take admission in any course, maybe in the engineering, maybe in management, or maybe in the arts or science college, they are not stick to their agenda. They have a wavering minds, and they try to shift their approach from one course to another course, and they are always tried that I should get admission in computer science, or in the electrical engineering, or in the electronics, or they want to shift many times, and they don't have any stick to their agenda. So it is my humble request that whenever you have taken the admission in one engineering course, you should not deviate from that, and you should become focused for that, and try to explore the opportunities in your decisions. The basic objective of this program, which is going to be delivered to you during all these till 31st of October, the basic purpose is to present before you the various opportunities which will be available to you after pursuing all these courses, and how you have to gear up for all these opportunities. So as Dr. Sehpal has already said, that every student is expected to have the multidisciplinary approach, and they should not only focus on the core skills but also focus on the other kind of skills which will be the requirements of the day. So it is expected from you that whenever you try to pursue these courses, you must be passionate in your course. Unless and until you are passionistic about all these courses, you will not be able to get the success. So it is my humble request, take the key decision right now that you will stick to the course you have got the admission, you will not deviate, you will become focused and explore the opportunities in your decisions, so that a passionistic approach is adopted in pursuing all these courses. My dear students, we are now in the fourth industrial revolution and innovations. And in this fourth industrial revolution and innovations, we are going to be impacted on our economies and society by the three important things. One is artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence is demonstrated by machines, unlike the natural intelligence displayed by human and animals. So first, you must be prepared that how to work with the artificial intelligence, keeping in view all the natural intelligence which you have, and keeping the society on the forefront. Secondly, the blockchain. Blockchain, sometimes referred to as distributed ledger technology, and it makes the history of any digital assets unalterable and transparent through the use of decentralization and cryptographic hashing. So in the blockchain technology, you will be offered a ledger of different digital assets which you can update and make transparent through the decentralization. Thirdly, there will be a emphasis of Internet of Things, IoT. IoT refers to billions of physical devices around the world that are connected to all the internet and all collecting and sharing data. All these three things are going to have impact on your courses also, and on your intelligence also. Accordingly, you have to pace up the speed which is required to be demonstrated by you. If you are not able to cope up with the artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, and Internet of Things, and if you are not aware about all these, and your training is lacking in all these aspects, you are not going to be successful in this fourth industrial revolution. So because these artificial intelligence, blockchain, and Internet of Things are going to have impact on our economies and society, it is very much important for all of you to gear up for all these. Now there are many questions and concerns with the use of technology, because all of you are going to become the technocrats and gear up to have core skills in it, and you will be not only producing the technology but also using that technology for the upliftment of the industry and for the benefit of the society. So as such technological advances bring us benefits, they also raise a host of complex questions and broad concern about how technology will affect the society and our planet. If the technological advances are going to be there, if artificial intelligence is going to be there, blockchain technology is going to be there, how this is going to affect the human behavior. If we do not change the human behavior, and if we do not keep the societal impacts on the forefront, and we are not focusing on the saving of our planet, we will be failing. So previous industrial revolution have radically improved the standards of living of the human beings, but not only are these gains unevenly distributed across geographies and demographies, they have come with degradation of our planet heart. So therefore, the questions always remain: how to save our planet, how to protect the interests of the society. The most important thing on this earth is the human being and the species living on this human being. If the technological advances are not going to serve the purpose of the human being and the species living on it, if we are not going to connect with the nature, if we are going to destroy and degrade the nature, these questions will be remaining very, very important for all of us. And while becoming the technocrat, you must have to develop those technologies and focus on those technologies where society is at the forefront. Now, our objectives, because at the global level, certain goals has been set up to achieve in by 2030. The most important goal is to accelerate our actions to achieve these global goals. There are a number of issues which are going to be taken up by the respective governments, and it is expected from the technocrat and the technological experts also that they should give their due to achieve these goals. And the most important goal is no poverty at the world level, zero hunger, and affordable and clean energy, life below water, and the life on land. These are the very important issues which has been the agenda of the global objectives for various respective governments at the international level. And if you take a first objective, that is the no poverty on the earth, the because we have to achieve by 2030, and the world is not on track and poverty in all forms by 2030, when only 6% of the population is predicted to be extreme poverty. Still 6% of our population is facing the extreme poverty, and more than one third of the employed workers in sub-Saharan Africa live on the less than $1.90 a day. So now we have to develop an inclusive growth of all these people so that no poverty is achieved by 2030. We have to focus on the technologies, developing technologies and developing nation in such a way. Secondly, zero hunger. Two-thirds of the undernourished population worldwide live in sub-Saharan Africa and Southern Africa. So it means still zero hunger. Achieving zero hunger by 2030 is a dream for all of us. Next we have to achieve the affordable and clean energy. Energy and power is going to be forefront on all these days. So 3 billion people worldwide lack clean cooking fuel and technology, and only 17.5% of the total final energy consumption come from the renewable resources. Still, we are not in a position to use the renewable resources, which should not harm the nature for using the energy. So that should be the forefront for all of you while developing the new technology. So we have to focus on life below water only. Ocean activity has increased by 26% since pre-industrial levels, and it is expected to increase by further 125% by 2100. So we have to focus that we should not destroy the life below water. Similarly, life on land is becoming very, very cumbersome. Land degradation is affecting 1/5 of the Earth's land area and the lives of the 1 billion people, while the risk of the species extinction has been worsened by 10% in the past 25 years. So these are the things where we have to focus. That means we have to achieve no poverty, we have to achieve zero hunger system, we have to ensure affordable and clean energy, we have to ensure that the life below and life on the earth is absolutely livable, and it is not going to affect badly. We are in the COVID situation now. Pandemic situation has ruined the many aspects of the life. We were in lockdown many months during this period, and still it is not expected that when the all the things will be normalized. Though Dr. Parminder has highlighted that we have very good infrastructure, but we are not in a position to call you in the institution so that you can avail the benefit of all these things. So I think when you will come in the institutions, not only you have to become an engineer, but you have to explore the possibilities that how to accelerate action to achieve the global goals, so that we can ensure all these no poverty, zero hunger, affordable and clean energy, and life below and on the earth can become a very successful. Now we need enablers. Where are these enablers are? A set of enabler is needed to continually accelerate innovation and investment in new solutions that help tackle grandest challenges and to create viable markets for these solutions in the long term. So you have to become the enabler by making so many innovations and making investment of your time and resources so that we can come up with the new solutions. It is not expected that you make a machine just to reap the profits. It is not expected that you are making your engineering career only to benefit yourself. It is expected that you can make certain kind of innovations and investment of technology to find out the new solutions so that you can meet these challenges and create viable markets for these solutions. Now we have to focus on responsible technology governance, development, alignment, and uptake of responsible technology principles by technical firms and the broad stakeholders. Now we were focusing on do no harm, but now we have to focus on principled and positive impact on the society. We should not ensure that there should be a minimum harm by the use of technology on this earth, but we have to ensure now that we must have the principled and positive impact on the society, no negative impact by use of any kind of technological applications. There are certain key tasks to ensure this. Number one, a robust foundation of end-to-end governance and including broad level of accountability. Whatever you action you perform, there must be end-to-end governance and broad level accountability. Secondly, compliance with applicable regulations and laws that are also ethically sound. It is not there that you are going to use that technology by making more production, but you are affecting and violating the laws and the regulations. Similarly, strong performance of technology in terms of robustness, bias, and fairness, interoperability, and interpretability. Similarly, you have to secure the technology in terms of privacy, cyber threats, and raw technology. We are finding these days with the use of technology, we are using ATM card, debit card, internet banking, and e-banking services, but there are a number of frauds which are cropping up. We have to now find out the secure system of privacy. Cyber threats can be handled easily, so raw technology we have to develop. Similarly, management of broader impacts, positive and negative, of technology on society, including socio-economic impacts, including human rights, job, education, digital divides, and environmental impacts. That means climate change, natural loss, and water scarcity issues needs to be dealt with. Similarly, you have to harness the products and services to deliver positive social and environmental outcomes for the customers. Now we are talking about the green task. We are talking about green banking. We have to now focus on the green technology and green engineering so that you can connect with the nature with the minimum harm to the society. So we have to purposefully create, develop, and democratize technology application that can address human challenges. So as a technologist, And as engineering students, your task must be focused on all these issues. And here, leadership to mobilize commitment and standards is necessity. That is the role of your engineering teachers, and that is the role of your senior students, so that the agendas to set ambitions and enable action and investment in the use of technology aligned to progressing the global goals can be achieved. So here the strong leadership is required, which can motivate you that whatever you study, whatever you develop during the course of this program of engineering and technology, or whatever you develop after passing out this institution, your agenda should be aligned to progressing the global goals. That is on the forefront our society is there. You have to focus on the capacity development and skills. You have to actively and collaborative agenda on upskilling and reskilling and interdisciplinary talent to maximize value. It is not there that you have passed certain core courses of the engineering that your task is over. Every situation in the life is demanding that you must be having upskill. You must reskill yourself again and again. It is not there that after 4 years you will be the perfect engineer. During the course of 4 years, there may be many changes. And after the passing of degree, your degree need to be re-evaluated by the reskilling of your present skills, so that interdisciplinary talent can be incorporated into that and you can maximize the value of your degree in future. So digital skill is not merely ICT. It is not there that, as Dr. Sejpal has rightly said, that during this course you will be given certain computer skills, you will be taught certain IT skills. But apart from that, people often think of educational technology as something strictly to ICT and computing classes. That you have certain computer operations, you know certain ICT skills, but this could not be further from the truth. More and more businesses are appreciating the importance of these soft skills that humanities and language subjects give students in their working lives. You have been given certain humanities subject also in the course of your engineering, like economics, like public administration, like some part of English or language. These are also very important, because the task these subjects like humanities and language will perform in your life will be going to be a wonder for you, and this is going to change the landscape of your life. So the empathy, maintaining relationship, negotiation are the critical skills which are needed in this world today. So if you are not empathetic, if you are not in a position to maintaining relationship, and you have just become a rote engineer, dry engineer, nothing know more about the human relationship, no is no desire to have human relationship and negotiation, then you are not going to become the successful in your life. Zuckerberg once said, in a world that is changing really quickly, the only strategy that is going to be guaranteed to fail is not taking risk. So you have to take many risks in your life. If your capacity, if your potentiality is not focused on taking risk, if you are shy of taking the decisions because of the riskiness of the decision, then you are not going to be successful. You are going to be surely fail, because unless your strategy is focused on taking the risk in your life, you cannot become successful. So Mark Zuckerberg, who is experienced person and has given this thought only after realizing the real and truth life in his own life. There are certain essential skills, life skills to hack your unlocking your career future. You must first skill which is required is you must be trend spotting. You must spot the trends around you. You must be encountered and accustomed with the happenings which are changing the world today. Stay abreast of the development in the industry you are encountered with, in your function, in the news, or in your hobby. So you must be trend spotting. If a person is not trend spotter, he's not aware about what is happening around the world or around the nearby situation, wherever you are there, you are not going to get success. So Initiative, and second skill which is required is initiative and self direction. Nobody is going to give you direction throughout your life. When you are studying in your institution, you may be having a certain direction by your teachers, but you must be initiative first. Adapt, and then lead others. So it is expected from you that whatever initiative you take, whatever direction you take from your inner heart also. So build your personal brand. It is expected from every person, like engineer, doctors, and every professional. Build your own personal brand. You must not be known by your institution in which you have studied. You must not be known by your family you are related to, but you must be known by your personal brand, by your creativity and innovation. Fourthly, the development of the emotional intelligence. Many people are not emotionally connected. They are not aware about how to cope up with the situation sometimes because they are related with the social intelligence. So we have to develop emotional intelligence concept in us. Stay in touch with the younger minds. Always stay in touch with the, when you are in the engineering, your younger ones may be very important for you. They may be more, because they have a fresh mind, they be more important for you. So you must attach to them also, and you must have the ability to create. And agility, your ability to respond to the new situation without having to change overall approach, will be desirable skill for every employer in the near future. The ability to work with on site and remote teams. So if you have ability to work on site, and secondly, if you have ability to work with your teams, most of the people are ready to work in isolation. They don't want to be part of the group. So unless and until, because this is a world of synergy, my dear friends, so unless and until you have the capability to work in the teams, you cannot get successful. There are certain transformative outcomes which are expected from you. That is, you have to improve the productivity of the system. Wherever you are working, you have to improve the productivity. It is expected that the judicious use of the resources can be assured only when you have the higher level of the productivity. If you are a student, you have to improve your productivity in terms of the time and resources you put in for your studying and get the good results. Similarly, when you will be in the job, it is expected from you that you improve your productivity. Similarly, the transparency, traceability, and accountability with the issues which is expected from you. You must have the decentralization and access and creation of and access to new financing model you have to develop. It is not expected that you must lay down the requirement that for producing a particular product, it is expected from you that these are the material things required, this is the machinery which is required, but it is also expected from you to suggest the financing models, what you are going to give you in return after producing these products and services which you have designed as an engineer. Similarly, you have to discover and include new raw material, new kind of material, which is more effective, cost effective, as well as less harming to the nature. So these are the certain things which you must develop during the course of your engineering. But there will be certain barriers to your scaling, because you have to upskill, you have to achieve productivity. There will be certain barriers to it, and you have to overcome that. Data is becoming a, sometimes it is abundance of data is available, and you don't know how to pick and choose the data to make an analysis. So sometimes there is a limited data volume quality. The data is available, but the data quality you cannot ensure. So data quality insurance, analysis, and interoperability, these will be the certain issues which may become barriers to your skill. Similarly, when you develop technology, wide variation in the maturity of emerging technology, insufficient infrastructure to support them, and lack of relevance to certain contexts may be a problem for all of you. So you may need people who are unequal skills and capacity distribution and insufficient collaboration. This may be a barrier. So you have to ensure that the process is not rigid, it is not having insufficiently regulatory framework, and lack of investment. So data, technology, people and process should not become the barriers to the scaling. You have to develop such kind of system while working here or while making your study and while exploring your future in the future. Now I have already said that there is going to be a talent gap, because we are in the age of artificial intelligence, we are in the age of blockchain technology, and we are in the age of internet of things, where there will be a talent gap because the skills which are required is not available. Still there is a problem in the industry. Most of the industry people complained that when they go to hire somebody in the engineering college or in the management colleges, the kind of talent which they require is not available. So you have to be trend spotter every time what kind of skills are required in the industry, and accordingly you retune your total body structure as well as your skills. So rapid advances in the technology development and adoption require significant human skills and institutional expertise. The current pool of individuals with this expertise is too small and unequal to develop the correct technology at scale. So you must focus always on upskilling and reskilling. So my dear students, I'll be just winding up by saying something in Punjabi regarding this, and then I'll be winding up. There is a one very important shlok in Gita. कर्म करो पर फल की चिंता मत करो. This has been stated in the Bhagavad Gita, and many of the scholars which are so called scholars वो इसका मतलब की लेंदे हैं कि you should perform your own work, यानी अपना काम करो, नतीजा की आउंदा है इसकी चिंता ना करो क्योंकि ये ਤੁਹਾਡੇ हथ विच नहीं है. This is a wrong notion. Absolute correct notion is we have the control on the results. ਸਾਡਾ ਨਤੀਜਿਆਂ ਤੇ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਹੈ. ਜੇਕਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਨਤੀਜੇ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਚੰਗੇ ਆਉਣਗੇ. ਹਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਆਸਾਂ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਕੁਝ ਘੱਟ ਜਾਂ ਵਧੇਰੇ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੈ. The results may be lesser or more than your expectations, but it doesn't mean that you don't have the control on your decisions or your results. What is important here is ਆਪਣਾ ਸਰਵੋਤਮ ਦਿਓ. Give your best. ਆਪਣੀ ਪੂਰੀ ਵਾਹ ਲਾ ਦਿਓ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਸਰਵੋਤਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਤਾਂ this is not a karma. Gita has said that कर्म करो पर फल की चिंता मत करो. It doesn't mean unless and until you give your best, ਜਦੋਂ ਤੱਕ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਪੂਰੀ ਵਾਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਾਉਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਦੋਂ ਤੱਕ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਸਰਵੋਤਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ, ਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੱਕ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੈਸਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ that is not your karma. So ਆਪਣੀ ਸਮਰੱਥਾ ਦੀ the potentiality in you must be utilized. This is not an alternative for you, but to get success and to remain happy, this is the utmost very important things. So it is my humble advice to all of you, because when you are going to become a budding engineer, very shortly the institutions will be opened. Very shortly you will be visiting your educational institutions. Very shortly you will start interacting with your teachers, with the infrastructure the college has developed you. But you have to judiciously use these all kinds of facilities so that the potentiality in you can be increased, so that you can become an engineer, to become a problem solver of the society, not problem creator. You should be problem solver for the nature itself. You should be problem solver for the species around the world, so that you can connect with the nature and become successful in your life. Your success in the life doesn't mean that you are earning very high profits and your families are very well off families and you are feeding your families in a well manner. Your success lies in the factor that whatever you have got from the institution which has a mission to inclusive growth of the society, if you are contributing towards that society, only then it will be called that you are successful technocrat, you are successful engineer. If you do not perform that, it will be presumed that you are not performing your karma. If you are not giving fullest of your potential to the work which you are performing, it will be presumed that you are not performing your karma, and success will not be approaching you. Success will be approaching you only when You have a desire to work for the society, give your full potential so that you can become the problem solver for the society and not the problem creator. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your wise words. It's your experience which speaks. Thank you very much for being part of the inaugural program of this induction program for BTech first year students in the Nanak Dev Engineering College. And moving towards the end of this inaugural ceremony, I'd like to request Professor Satvinder Jeet to present the formal vote of thanks.
A very warm and graceful morning to our honorable chief guest, Dr. Ashwani Bhalla, worthy principal, teachers and students. It is my privilege to propose a vote of thanks. I, on behalf of Guru Nanak Dev Engineering College, Ludhiana, first of all extend my most sincere thanks to the Almighty God, with whose blessing and grace we are able to make this event a success. I extend a really hearty vote of thanks to our chief guest, Dr. Ashwani Bhalla, who spared time from his very busy schedule to grace this induction program. Today we had an opportunity to hear you, sir, your thoughts, and this will surely be going to encourage us in future events. Your thoughts have enlightened our mind and have shown us a new path. A special mention to our principal, Dr. Saipal Singh, for being the catalyst and stimulated us to do our best and standing as a pillar of strength. I would also like to thank our teaching faculty, non-teaching faculty, technical arrangement team, and all other persons for their contribution. Last but not the least, I am thankful to the students also. Now, some special information regarding our college will be given to you by Dr. Ranveer Singh. Ranveer Singh, sir.
Hello, students. Hello, students.